John Rogers. I am from Kailua, Kona town, and I'm here to share a story with you about a dream that I had about 8 months ago. And in this dream, I was coming in from the country into a vacant lot. And there at the vacant lot, I met Pastor John, Pastor Cindy, and they greeted me and they took me on an adventure inside of a building. And on this adventure, I came from a parking lot very similar to this and through a very nondescript back door. So let's see what's on the horizon here. Very nondescript. What are we going to see on the inside? Well, what I saw in my dream was a combination of rooms inside of an industrial warehouse. Some big, some small, going down halls. There was definitely a big auditorium in my dream. And I would say this is a pretty good sized auditorium that you have here. There were rooms, some for classes, some for bathrooms or for children. I think there might have been some sort of food on the horizon too. We'll see if that's part of the tour.
This was all just in a dream that you had, right?
It was.
Yeah, and so this dream came to you 2 weeks before, right through here. Pastor Wayne called me and asked me to pray about coming here to this campus and being the campus pastor. Hi, Lori.
In my dream, I remember seeing like a lobby entrance area and then being able to step outside and stepping into a downtown area. And I remember a busy type intersection where there was lots of traffic and there was large buildings. And seeing the hubbub of what's going on down here, this is definitely a place where there's a lot of activity, a lot of people. This is a place where there's a convergence of people coming together. And then I step back inside. I don't remember a cafe in my dream, but I'm sure that if the dream had played out longer, this would have been part of it. But all that to say, let's step back in over a second. All that to say is I got this dream and I sat on it for a while. I didn't divulge it. I prayed about it, I processed it, and then when I sensed there was a right time to share it with Pastor John, I did, and he's going to have to share his response, his reaction to the dream.
Yeah, I think, you want to hold this?
Sure.
I think the biggest part for me was when you shared it, it was I literally felt like a gut punch, because the way you had worded it was, I felt like I came in through the country and walked out the front door in the city. And God had already been stirring in my heart every time I would come over here to speak about the city. And as soon as you said that, you said, does that mean anything to you? And it literally felt like I got the wind knocked out of me. And I didn't understand why. And you said, what's going on? And I couldn't even explain it. I started crying.
Yeah.
I had to actually excuse myself. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
But it was such a confirmation. I didn't know what it meant until 2 weeks later when Pastor Wayne called me. So.
Wow.
To have you here today, this is, and I asked you after you shared that dream, I said, have you ever been to New Hope Oahu Ministry Center before? And you never had.
No.
This
First
is actually
time.
your first time here.
Yep. So the Lord is good. The Lord is good. He gives us dreams. He gives us visions. Sometimes they're for us. Sometimes they're for others. Sometimes they're to just sit on and process and pray about. Sometimes they're not even to give away. They're just something for us to pray into for the sake of other people, other families, other communities, other nations.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being obedient, because it was a big part of how God called us here.
Right on.
Let's go eat.
Amen.